Hello everyone, welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here. We're going to dive directly into your reading today. Just give a look at the energies. Spirit, what can you show us for Pisces, please, Spirit? For Pisces, please, Spirit. Just keep in mind this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. For Pisces, please, Spirit. Oh my gosh, Pisces. You guys are getting light in your load on the bottom of the deck, and you're getting strength and willpower. I'm actually getting the energy of two different people. One person who's like holding back, you know, resisting even their urges, their instincts, something like that. And the other person is focused on it feels like the future, or they're trying to stay focused on the things that they can control, or the things that are out in front of them, not behind them. It's interesting because then we have this option on the bottom of the deck, which is to lighten our load, which is literally like reminding us that we have the choice and the power to, you know, release things, let go of things, you know, clear out energy that is stressful. It's giving me like a part of me feels like there's something here where we're working on something, or we're working towards something. Maybe it's getting serious. Maybe that becomes overwhelming. Maybe we lighten our load. Maybe this is, it feels like even withholding, holding back, staying focused is really difficult, or is requiring all of our energy, of all of our focus. And so other things in our life are slipping, or like we're letting go. It's almost like there's something that we want real bad. And so we have to let other things go in order to have it. But at the same time, I almost feel like we're not moving toward it. We're just either holding the focus, or we're resisting something. There's a transformation taking place in this person's energy, I feel like. This person, it feels like, has already been through the transformation and is really like focused. It's like, if I want what I want, then I'm the only person that can bring it into being for myself. You know, I have to alchemize it. I have to take something that, you know, maybe it wasn't totally working or wasn't sustainable on its own. That's the moon in her hands. And I have to transition it into the earth. I have to make it inhabitable. I have to make it lush. I have to make it everything that I wanted it to be. This person, it feels like they're very restricted and like holding themselves back because they're going through some kind of transformation. It feels like either these two people were coming together and it got too intense, it got too serious. You have this man with the world on his back. Like, they may have felt like it was just more than they could handle at the time, or it was just the straw that broke the camel's back, or it was the one thing that they could let go of. But shit, oh my God, that just hit me in the stomach of like, it was the one thing that I didn't want to let go of. It was the one thing that like I had just for me, for myself. But like, it was the only thing that I could let go of. Whoa, that is a super specific message, but whoa, that hit me in the stomach. Like, I still feel sort of nauseous. All right, here we go. What are we talking about? Yes, oh my gosh. What are we talking about here, Spirit? What are we talking about here, Spirit? So, first card out, separation. Oh man. Oh man. Oh my gosh. It's almost as if it's okay. Wow, it's like someone who already kind of had a full plate was trying to add something to their plate, or it's like someone who has a lot of burdens or commitments, and yeah, can it be things like work and family and friends and this and that? 100%. But it can also be our own mind, somebody who's an overthinker. And so in order to process, more than like their daily routine and ritual, which they keep very comfortable and very mundane, it requires this extra energy. And it feels like with this robotic card, the first thing that came to me was, I don't want to mess it up. I want to be perfect. I want to say all the right things. I want to do all the right things. But at the same time, it's kind of like not what someone else wants. We're not going to fall in love with a robot. I mean, I guess it happens. I do love R2-D2 and C-3PO, but like, and the guy, Wally, yeah, and Eve, but, we're not looking for a robot. We're not in a partner. We're looking for human, warm touch, laugh, imperfection, just like raw and real and authentic. And it's kind of like someone who's used to managing a lot of things or has to manage a lot of things, whether, like I said, it's their own internal dialogue or it is like exterior to them, all the things that they're managing in their life. It's like, well, if I take this approach where, I just do the right things, I take them to the right places, I treat them the right way, I say the right things, then I can kind of somehow manage to have it all. And I feel like someone wasn't getting their needs met. And it was like, I feel like this person already felt like they had the world on their back. They already felt like they were giving everything and that they were sort of doing a perfect job. But and they were giving maybe even everything that they had that they could give to a situation. But it's like not what the other person needed. The other person is sure of themselves. The other person has standards and values and knows, what a rich and lush and, like fertile earth looks like, and that's what they want. And they weren't compromising. They weren't settling for the moon, someplace that's really not inhabitable for the long term, something that can only reflect how good life is around it rather than like giving birth and creating and experiencing all of the experiences, right? I think, I really do feel like both people were shattered. I really do feel like, especially this person, the robotic lighten your load strength person, that may be what instigated this transformation with this blue butterfly here. Wow, when I said this blue butterfly here, there is someone out there that watches my videos that comments blue butterflies, and recently they wrote, I don't know why I'm using this blue butterfly, but I'm feeling it. I literally saw that comment as when I've said that blue butterfly. So I don't know if this reading is resonating with you or what that has to do with anything. Could even just be the blue butterfly emoji if you're using that a lot or something. Could be some kind of sign or synchronicity. Okay. It's funny. I was really guided to grab the What's Blocking You deck, and so I did, but I didn't get it out because I don't know. It was weird. Anyway, how that happened, but now it's like I need to know what's happening here. I do feel like, like someone was giving what they had to give to it without reshuffling their priorities or without changing their focus in life. It's someone I feel though they have to, oh my gosh. They have to, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Whew. They have to prioritize themselves and what they want and what's important to them. And they have to kind of, it's like they got to take a stand. This is a transformation for this person. This is a real reshuffling. I keep getting temperance, like a rebalancing internally and a regroup and a, being able to listen to my emotions and take time and energy to feel my emotions, but to stay grounded in reality. Yeah, wow. Oh my gosh. Okay, so with the what's blocking you deck, you're getting losing yourself, untrue stories, getting crumbs, and tolerating abuse. I feel that this person walked away because they felt that they were getting crumbs. I feel like they sensed that within this person existed this earth. That they could have this with this person, but it's like this person had already given all of that energy away, or had already committed that energy to other places or sources or things in their life, and so they didn't have it left to give to this other person. And so this person knew that they had it, knew that they possessed it, could see it, but they were like, okay, but you're not interested in sharing that part of yourself with me. You're just giving me this part of yourself. And, I feel like this is what this person really wanted. This is what I think, someone who's in this energy and sees somebody in this energy, they're like, oh, wow, I'm so attracted to you. Because what we are attracted to in other people are things that we are yearning to be, or that we are, or that, yeah, I'm just going to leave that there. And so it's like they could see that this person had such a ease about them and a flexibility and an ability to like really only focus on the things that they wanted to focus on and keep it within their control and within their grasp and keep it out in front of them, where this person was like drowning under the weight of it. And I feel like this person felt like, well, this person's already given all that energy away. They don't have anything left for me. They're not reprioritizing. They're not giving it to me. I have to stand in my worth. I have to remember what I'm focused on and what I want. I have to walk away. But man, even as I say that, it's just like my heart chakra, there's a lump in my throat. It's like, I don't feel like either one of these people wanted to walk away. I feel like this person had some things to learn. This tolerating abuse, it's like, I feel as though, it's someone who somehow got themselves in a situation where they were carrying like an unfair part of the burden. And sometimes, if you're a people pleaser, or you're someone who grew up in a narcissistic household, or you endured abuse in your life, you can think that the only reason somebody would want to have a relationship with you is what you have to offer them. And so what you do is you end up carrying the lion's share of the relationship and doing all the emotional processing, all the heavy lifting. And so, that's what could be happening with this person. Or it's like this person just feels like in order to be a good person, or in order to do the right thing, or that this is what's expected of them, or they're possibly even, I do think a lot of masculines do feel this way of like, this is just my job, this is my responsibility, I am expected to be the provider, and I'm expected to manage all these things without complaining, without God, I'm literally getting that this feminine, I do feel it's the feminine and the masculine here. This feminine was the only one that really gave to this person, or like offered this person an alternate perspective, or that like this person was the relief from this person. And it's interesting because after the separation, it may even be that this person, even though they're holding back, they're going through this transformation, and it could be because of the things that they learned from this person. Wow. Okay. Now that I've looked at what's blocking, I kind of want to get okay. Well, what was the energy? What is the positive energy, or what energy is just around this connection at this time, please? Okay. You're so beautiful. There's a heavy attraction here. You have, oh, wow. You have, I think of you when I'm with her. Meet me halfway. This, I think of you when I'm with her. Okay, could it be a karmic? Absolutely. But it also feels like, you know, there could be where this person was pointing out how unfair it was that this person was having to carry the load for an entire situation or whatever. And this person is now, every time they're doing this, they're thinking of this person. Do you see what I'm saying? That can bring about that sort of transformative energy. You have meet me halfway. Do you fantasize about me too? Don't let them tell you lies. I search for you endlessly. I don't show it, but you broke me, and the memory of you is fading. So this person, for one thing, I feel fear around how far away we actually let each other get, or how much time we allow to pass between, you know, when this ended and when it could potentially get back together. There's this energy of so many things could change. You might believe something different about them. You might forget who they are and believe someone else's stories. You know, they might not be able to find you when they're ready. You might be nowhere in sight. You may have gotten so far away. But I feel like see how I don't show it, but you broke me. I feel like both people are very much shattered by this separation. But it's one of those things where it feels like there was no alternative to the separation. You know, if this person was going to maintain this energy and this person was going to maintain this energy, there's no way to work around that. So it feels very much like we have no choice but to sort of go on. And it's like, I don't want you to see how much this is bothering me or how much this is hurting me. All right, let's dive into the tarot. Spirit, what can you tell us? What can you tell us here for Pisces? Wow, interesting. When I was shuffling this deck after I got it out, the sun kept showing itself to me, and here it is. Wow, and there's that temperance energy I was telling you about. Okay, so there is something here where either life has gotten too heavy for this masculine. I'm just going to call it the masculine, but guys, you can switch it up. You can put it wherever you want it, whatever, you know. This masculine energy, it's like, it's just gotten too burdensome. It's gotten too heavy. It's gotten too hard. And I feel like this masculine is like, you know, I need to take time for myself. I need to figure this out, or I need to rebalance. I need to, you know, this energy, this particular temperance, it's like out in the middle of a forest where moss is growing on rocks and water is flowing. And, you know, it's that energy of just being able to be by yourself, and kind of like, not all who wander are lost, but it's sort of like, I never do this. I never have time to do this. I never have time to spend pointlessly, or, you know, without production. But rest is productive. You know, we all do need rest. So I don't know. And maybe this is something that the masculine learned from the feminine. Maybe she is one to take walks in the woods, or maybe she is one to prioritize her own energy and her own health and well-being with this temperance. So, you know, it feels, this temperance energy is what feels transformative. And that can be a very slow energy, but it feels like a reprioritization within this masculine of what's important or what they're valuing or how much responsibility they're allowing themselves to take on from other people. It's like they're becoming more protective of their own energy, calling more of their energy home, strengthening. And it feels like as they do this, you know, remember how I was saying with this feminine, she's got that world out in front of her, you know, and she's very focused on what she's creating and what she desires, right? And alchemizing what she has and turning it into something else. And remember, there was the moon back here, and I was saying, you know, that's just like reflecting something. It's not an energy of actual creation, and it's uninhabitable. Well, with the sun, this is the energy that is required for life, right? You know, like our trees need the sun, we need the sun, everybody needs the sun. The sun is what gives us life. It's what allows the earth to be such a freaking amazing, fertile place, beautiful, beautiful place. And so it's like this person is finally getting clarity. They're finally healing. They're finally starting to see and manage and feel this. I have it out in front of me. My happiness is out in front of me. And I know what it looks like. I know what it is. I'm sure about it. And it's healing. And it's, you know, the sun can talk about a reconciliation of soulmates. It could be this feminine. You know, it is like I'm almost seeing this masculine kind of taking on this form and this shape of the feminine and almost being like side by side, like as in a chariot kind of energy. We do have the Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck, which, you know, I feel like this may have been a stern conversation or possibly some kind of ultimatum. It does feel like it came to that with these people, with this robotic and this separation and this getting crumbs. It's like this queen was like, I know my value, I know my worth, and, you know, I'm going to have to cut this off because it's not reflective of everything that I know I deserve. Temperance is being clarified by the Three of Wands. So, you know, the Three of Wands is a repetitive energy. The Three of Wands can be an energy of planning and strategizing. It can also be a waiting for the right moment kind of card energy. And so there is this, the right moment comes when I feel balanced, I feel reshuffled, I feel that I have changed my priorities and that I'm able to sort of comfortably navigate life, adding something new to it. You know, it's like when this person took on this connection or this relationship, they may have thought, okay, well, this is my existing life, I'll just add to it, you know, this thing. But it's like they didn't have space for it, to be honest with you. With the Three of Wands, this is like I've planned, I've strategized, I've prioritized, you know, I've spent this time with temperance, you know, reshuffling my priorities and kind of becoming more protective of my own energy and understanding that if I bring something in, I have to take something out. I've got to let something go. And so, yeah, I feel that there is this is when the time will be right, is when this person feels really comfortable in this temperance energy. Clarifying the Three of Wands and the Sun, you have the Ten of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. And so there's this energy of, you know, this person I feel like did feel emotionally content with this feminine. I think that they felt excited about life. I feel like they felt like when they were with this feminine, they didn't have the whole weight of the world on their back. And that they could just, I want to say relax, but we have this robotic energy. So I think at times the masculine was able to completely relax, but I think you know, as a general rule, their plan was just like, I'm not going to mess up. I'm not going to make a mistake. I'm going to be perfect. I'm going to say the right things. I'm going to do the right things. They may have even been extremely self-critical. You know, I do feel that heavy load, it could have been their own mind. You know, what, like when we are expecting ourselves to be perfect, that isn't going to happen. So every imperfection we have is going to be magnified a million times. Like, why did I say that? Why did I do that? You know what I mean? We have, with, you know, the Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck from the first deck, and the second deck we have Justice. So heavy Libra energy here. You also have Sagittarius energy and Leo energy, lots of fire energy. But this is talking about, you know, it could be a decision where, okay, we had this conversation and I made this decision that, wow, Eight of Cups, someone made a decision to walk away, absolutely. And so something has to be made right in order for it to come back around, in order for it to be rebalanced here with the Justice card. The Hangman is under the Eight of Cups. So Pisces, it could have been you that walked away with the Eight of Cups and the Hangman here. This energy is, though, the space that occurs when someone walks away and leaves your life. And it is a very revealing energy. With the moon phases up here on the Justice card and then this Hangman, it's like starting to see the light, starting to find that clarity, especially with the Sun card here, of like what was really wrong. And it is almost this energy of taking accountability and facing the actual truth, not what I'm telling myself to avoid. Taking accountability. You know, they may have at first said, I did everything right. You know, I was the robot. Like, I took them on the right dates. I said the right things. I called every day. I asked them, how are you, every day. I said their name. I bought them food. I, you know, whatever. I took care of them when they were sick. I don't know. But it's one of those things where it's like, right, but what did you offer of your actual self? What of your authenticity? What of your truth? What of the stuff that matters did you offer in this connection? It's not about looking perfect to the outside or what society says is perfect. It's you know, what do we need here and now? Wow, the High Priestess just straight up flipped over in the deck almost right away right there. Definitely heavy Pisces energy. I do feel, Pisces, like you're keeping it to yourself. I feel like this has hurt, or it has sent you into your watery depths a bit, because we have the Seven of Cups on the bottom of the deck. And so I feel like it's caused you to kind of go deep and kind of caused you to sort of like turn over a lot of rocks inside yourself. Like, could I have done anything different? What happened here? Did I listen to my intuition? How could things have gone differently? You know, because there is a lot of love. I mean, this shattered energy is intense. It does feel, and it says, I don't show it, but you broke me. Both people were hurting, and both people were, it's like it was like we were building this dream, right? But then it just broke. And honestly, it just keeps coming up that, yeah, this person really needed to reprioritize. And it's like, I think with the High Priestess too, it's kind of like saying, sometimes you have to do the hard thing. Sometimes it's like the last thing on earth you want to do is break up with someone that you love or that you have strong feelings for, that you could see a future with. But if they're not giving you what you deserve, and they're not meeting your standard, and they're not showing up for you in the way that you need them to, or in a way that really counts, like how they're showing up counts for something. It shows they're dedicated. It shows that they're, you know, loyal maybe, or well, possibly loyal to a fault, but that they're consistent possibly. I mean, there's all kinds of things that you can learn about someone when they're robotic, but you're not getting into the soul, the meat, the nook, the cranny, the good part, the soft inner part. And that may be, it's like you can only grow so much without going there and doing that. And I feel like Pisces with this High Priestess here, it's like you're you're staying very focused on what's important to you. You're trying to stay committed to your intuition and living your highest and best life. I do think that you're keeping your cards very close to your vest. You're not really sharing how you're feeling or how you're doing. I think that you are just trying to stay calm and at peace, and, you know, in your highest and best to the best of your ability here. With Justice and the Ace of Coins, there, you deserve a really solid and stable offer. You know that you deserve for someone to kind of offer you the world. And you're holding out for that, and you know that is ultimately what's in your highest and best. And even though it is hard, you're going to hold out for it. You're going to trust that this is a benevolent universe with that Justice card, and that karma is real, and that it is your moment, your time in the sun. That person that can offer you what you deserve will be here, will show up. I actually get that this is very, very close, this energy. And then you have the Seven of Cups at the bottom of the deck. You may even fantasize about what it would be like, or you may even spend some time thinking about this person being the one that shows up and finally does the right thing and makes the offer. But I feel like you do have options, because underneath the Seven of Cups, you have the Three of Coins. And, I do think that there are other options of people who are willing or able or free or want to build something with you, or there could be, if you prioritize that yourself. You're disappointed. All right. Oh, wow. I was like, I know a card fell, but it went all the way across the room. Let's see what it is. Wow. The Ten of Swords. Yeah. Let's get that energy away from us, right? I feel like there is something about this experience that is bringing back to mind another experience, another ending that happened that was really hard, that caused you to isolate and spend at least some period of time by yourself here with the Hermit energy. It's like, why doesn't anyone ever choose me? Why doesn't anyone ever pick me? Why am I always sitting here disappointed at the end? I listen to my highest and best, and this is where it gets me. But and I think this, like, I think when I say this, I am speaking to a part of you that already understands this and knows this, and like, it's just the 100 millionth repeat of this. But when you are in your highest resonance, and you are, doing your best to stay in your own energy and be authentic to yourself and live a big life and do big and beautiful things and create amazing energy and stuff, you're not it's lonely at the top. You're not gonna have a lot of people that can actually match that energy. And I think, every time you think, okay, yeah, maybe this time. But I do feel like there is a part of you that sort of knows, no, or I recognize insecurity in this person here, or I recognize this person's limiting belief system here, or I recognize this person's avoidant tendencies here. And there is this energy of sort of trying to work with it, but then ending up having a really difficult, draining experience with the Ten of Swords. That, it's like every cycle sort of leads us to this place where I'm hurt and I got to go through this again. And there's a familiarity with this energy, with the Four of Cups, the Ten of Swords, and the Hermit, of like, I know what I have to do. I know where this is leading. I know where this is going. And it's like, I don't want it. It's like, I feel like I just got out of it. I don't want to go back into it. Like, and so I see this like pause and this little sort of dwelling in a little downward spiral here with the Seven of Cups and the Four of Cups and the Ten of Swords, of just like, why me, and sort of kind of giving in for a moment to the fears and the illusions of maybe this is all there is, maybe, you know, this is just kind of my fate in life. But with that Hermit card coming in strong, you know, you have the High Priest and the High Priestess here, and that is the memory and the deep inner knowing that life is a spiritual place and that we're spiritual beings having a human experience, and that there's absolutely nothing perfect or right or, you know, about that. You know, it sort of is what it is, and we're sort of feeling our way through. So the best we can do and all we can really hope for in this life is to stay focused on what we want and our hope and our optimism and what we believe is possible, and to continue to push ourselves to move toward it. And so we can't shut down, and we can't go into victim mode, and we can't feel sorry for ourselves, because that's not what we're trying to attract to us. What we're trying to attract to us is the good stuff. You know, it is the spiritual stuff, is the light of the world. And so in order to do that, we have to sort of release and let go of this, you know, woe is me, or it's heavy, or it's happening again, and why is it always happening again? We can't really indulge in that. You know, we have to kind of immediately turn and focus towards, okay, well, what can I learn from this experience? And you know, where am I going? What am I manifesting? What am I working toward now? And it is also this energy with the Ten of Swords of sort of, you know, I think sometimes the temptation, or what I'm getting is there's like a temptation to be like, oh, maybe this person is going to come back around. Yeah. And, you know, it's one of those things where Pisces, it's like with the Ten of Swords coming here, there is this energy of, I better just accept the ending and not get attached to anything changing in this situation. I need to just sort of come to a place of peace and acceptance that this was what it was, and what can I learn from it? What can I gain from it? But I don't want to prolong this ending and prolong, you know, telling myself stories about it. I need to just let it go and let it complete. And I know the faster I do that, the faster I move through that space, the better off I am. The faster I'm focused on what is really important. And that's the star in the Hermit's lantern, right? So it is interesting though, because I do feel like we're switching here to the other person's energy, because we have this King of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the Nine of Cups. This is someone who, I almost can guarantee you that this King of Wands was in reverse when you met this person. I mean, that's very much what this card feels like. It's, you know, someone who knows what they want, but they don't take action toward it, or they're unable to move toward it. There's something grounding them, or like their wings have been clipped and they can't fly, kind of energy. And so we see this Page of Wands energy where it's like, you know, I'm really making this choice for myself, and this is not something that I typically do, or that I typically am allowed to do, or allow myself to do. But I know what I want. I've seen it, I felt it, I touched it. I know what my wish fulfillment is here. I mean, this pile is all about want. Nine of Cups, Page of Wands, King of Wands. I mean, this is all about desire and wish fulfillment and happiness and emotional contentment. And it's like, almost, it says to me, you know, for a brief shining moment, I had my wish fulfillment. You know, there's this waterfall energy of, just like it was the height of everything. It moved me. It made me feel things. It moved my energy. It changed something. It shifted something, and I could never put it back the way that it was after that, you know? And, but there is absolute and extreme clarity here around what I want, what direction that means that I go, and what I have to do in order to do that. And then we see this really, fast moving energy of like, I've got to get in there and speak my truth right away. Like, I cannot let, you know, moss grow under my feet here, or like moss grow on the rocks and become slippery, and then it slides out into, you know, where I can't reach it, or where it's you know, such a faded memory, I can't do something about it. I've got to rush in, and I can't let my thoughts dissuade me. I can't let fear dissuade me. You know, the Knight of Swords, I'm sorry, it stays in front of fear. It doesn't maybe have the best plan, but it's like, I know my truth and I'm moving on it, and I'm moving before fear can actually really catch me. And we see that mimicked again with the Fool card energy on the bottom of the deck, which is just like everything in me is telling me to take this leap of faith. I have to take this leap of faith. I have to know. You know, I can't spend my whole life going, what if I would have, you know, reprioritized at that point in my life and gotten my act together and gotten ready and gone after what it was I really wanted. It's kind of like realizing this is a once in a lifetime opportunity and I'm not going to sit on it. Wow. Something is changing within this masculine in a big way. You have the Death card and the Hierophant. So remember when I was called to that blue butterfly up here on that card that felt like resistance or somebody like holding back or resisting? Here we have the Death card that's saying, yes, in fact, there is some kind of major internal transformation. And we have the Moon card on the bottom of the deck, which is saying it's something that you may not be able to see. And wow, it's interesting because this Moon card, it is giving me nighttime. I mean, the moon is always at night, right? But like, it's giving me like, either this person is having dreams, or it really feels the absence at night, or there's also this energy of like, I can't hide from my feelings at night, or what is this like? I'm also sort of getting this as someone who's like really busy during the day, and so like at night it's like I'm stopped. I'm, you know, I have to face it. And it does, and even in this Death card, you see there's like night and day. There's this emphasis of where it's like maybe these transformations are actually sort of coming through at night, or these thoughts or whatever this transformative energy is, it's like coming through at night, but then it's sort of getting integrated by day, or this person is putting it into action or putting it into use in the daytime here. Because it feels like there's something that happens internally and then it's reflected back externally, which is just how the universe works, but it feels like it's related to night and day. So take it as it resonates, but it is something, it's a transformation around commitment with the Hierophant here. And this can be like, this person may have been overcommitted to things that were just draining them, that, you know, weren't actually giving back to them or weren't sustaining them. They could be shifting their commitment away from that and, you know, pulling their energy back and making space and creating energy that they can put toward committing to this relationship now. But this is like I'm really looking at things that I haven't looked at before, things that I've just accepted, things that I've just thought were expected of me and that I needed to do. I'm looking at that. I'm reevaluating that. There is even like a bit of a spiritual energy here with Death and the Hierophant, Scorpio and Taurus energy. It's like something, you know, Scorpio is all about change and Taurus is all about steady, predictable, solid energy. And so it's someone who may have just like kind of always been this way without, you know, asking themselves why, or, you know, without evaluating whether it was serving their highest and best or not. It was just sort of like maybe they felt it was expected of them. And so now they're getting this opportunity to sort of go, wait, there's an alternate way of doing this, or I don't have to do this, or, you know, they're evaluating that. Your Knight of Swords is being clarified by the Three of Pentacles. The truth this person wants to come through with is that they do want to share a vision, they do want to share a plan, and they do want to collaborate. They do want to work together. They see this. And I think they want to prioritize it. They want to actually physically show up for this and to do this. All right, let me go one more round here. What does Pisces need to know, Spirit? Okay. going to clarify this Seven of Swords. Lately, I've been feeling with the Seven of Swords like it is an energy that needs to be clarified. Yeah, let me see. This is talking about what was holding us back. This is talking about the blockage. So we have the Two of Swords on the bottom of the deck, which is sort of this energy of, you know, it's almost like dueling swords in this particular card. I don't know if you can see it because it's like a prism, but it's just these two crossed swords, and it's sort of like, this is what I said to you, this is what you said to me. We came to an impasse and we couldn't move beyond this place. But then you have this like crescent moon. It's like very symbolic of the high priestess, right? And there's almost this arrow energy pointing up. And there is always an alternate. You know, we never are stuck. Stuck is in our imagination. Stuck is something that we're willingly giving our power over to, but we always have the power to change things. We always have the power to do different, to find an alternative route. And so I feel here where you have the Seven of Swords and the Queen of Wands. I feel like this person felt the Seven of Wands is the energy that's calling me most strongly. And it's kind of like I fought for it, but it's like it's that energy of feeling like I was fighting for it. Like I was doing everything with this, you know, robotic energy. I was, you know, everything that I was told or programmed that was right and that I should do, I tried to do it perfectly. Like I was fighting for this connection. But with the Seven of Swords here, it's like saying it was misaligned. You know, that's what you think you should do. That, like, just like this energy, it's a major awakening that this person is having around what they should do, I feel like. And should sucks. Remember, or like, you know, I'm always telling you, like my yoga teacher always says, you shouldn't should on people, it's not kind. And you shouldn't should on yourself either. And so, you know, it's almost like this person was sort of like maneuvering around life saying, well, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, not really considering their own happiness, not really considering if it was, you know, something they were passionate about or desired or needed to do, or if it was in their highest and best at all. And it feels like it reached an impasse here. And now the other side of the Seven of Wands is, you know, I'm fighting for my place here. I'm fighting for my time here. I'm fighting to prioritize myself and my own desires. And it feels like they are, you know, kind of coming to a place of peace with that's okay, that they can do that they're entitled to that they should do that even possibly. You know, I hate the word should, but you know, that like it's a valid thing to have your own priorities and your own desires and to go fighting for them. With the Six of Swords here, it's literally like telling themselves that it's okay. You know, our thoughts are the one thing that we really can control in life. You know, we can't control what's coming at us or what society says about, you know, being right or wrong, or what our parents say, or what values we're raised on, or whatever. But we can, you know, transform at any time. We can say, you know what, those thoughts aren't serving my highest and best, and I'm not going that direction anymore. And we can change it up. And we can, you know, come to a place where we are at peace with, you know, prioritizing ourselves or fighting for what we want here. You know, with the Queen of Swords sitting here, again, it is saying that this conversation, I think, is what shined a light. It brought clarity to where this person was misaligned within and what really needed to change in order for them to really be able to have what they want. You know, we had that King of Wands energy, and now we have this Queen of Wands energy. And so it's like, you know, my other half, it's prioritizing this relationship. It's saying, this is my number one person, and everyone else can come after that. And it's hoping that this hopes that they're going to get another chance. I think, you know, they're taking this opportunity to really solidify themselves and really, you know, have their own foundation and be strong in themselves and be, you know, steady and reliable, and someone who does make decisions like this and like doesn't just walk up to the Queen of Wands and say, hey, I'm like this now, I got you. It's someone who, they don't need to say anything. They're showing up in this energy of, you know, I'm ready to commit. I'm solid. I'm stable. I'm here for this. And the King of Coins is being clarified by the Magician. So this is someone who's stepping into their power. Someone who's saying, wait, I have all the tools in life. I don't have to carry that world around in order to make people like me or in order to be who I thought I should be. What I need to do is prioritize my own happiness and my own well-being. There are like crystals and a teapot here. It's like I need to take care of myself, and I need to, you know, kind of pay into myself first. You have the Queen of Pentacles and the Five of Cups coming out in reverse, clarifying this energy of the Seven of Swords and the Queen of Wands. And, you know, I just got done saying we had the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands, and now we have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. So this is definitely like a divine pair, and this is definitely someone who is seeing this other person as their person, as the other one, their matching set. And so it doesn't feel like to me there's any decision here on this person's part of like, is this my person? It's just, how do I get my life in order to like accept and allow and attract and assume this person into my life and into my being, this timeline even. And with the Five of Cups in reverse, this person is not going to regret anything else anymore. This person isn't going to spill the cups. This person isn't going to take this person for granted. They're not going to like let something else get in the way of this, is how it feels. And so you have the Ace of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So this is the part where the solid and stable offer comes, the real, true, genuine thing, the thing that this feminine was waiting for from the beginning. So, all right, guys, this is what I have today. Let me get you some message cards. All right, if you're dealing with a water sign, you're getting angry. I want your attention. I can't walk away. And distant. I think this person's angry because you seem distant, and it seems like you're able to like let go and stay focused on this world in front of you, and they're completely hung up on you and focused on you. All right, if you're dealing with a fire sign, trust me. My nerves get the best of me sometimes. You are the one. Cold. I'm sorry I triggered you. Yeah, that robotic energy is very cold, you know. You can be doing all of the right things and taking someone all of the right places, but, you know, we know when someone is fully present and warm and, you know. All right, if you're dealing with an earth sign, my karmic story is ending. I won't let you go. Your words speak to me like no others can. I can't stop thinking of you, and the changes are real. And if you're dealing with an air sign, excited. If I had only known then what I know now, I had no idea you would end up meaning so much to me, and it's hard for me to explain things. So, all right, guys, this is what I have for you today, and I hope it helps, and I hope it brings you some peace and clarity, and if it did, let me know. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I do love to hear from you. Until next time, I send you off with all my very best. Always, always, always. Bye-bye.